Hello and welcome to the first MO-Wiff 3 Up, 3 Down podcast. I'm your host, Cam Smith. I'm joined by my co-host and captain of the MO-Wiff pilots, Adam North.
Good day.
Yep. So season 2 is fast approaching. We've done a few MO-Wiff podcasts in the past. I want to do something a little bit different this year, seeing as our league kind of had some good success last year. So I love Wiffs. I love talking about Wiffs. So I wanted to give our fans and our players a little more insight into what's to come in our league, what's been going on, what happened last year. My plan is for me and you to sit down once a month at least. There's possibility of a couple more episodes here and there depending on our schedules and what's going on around our league and around the country too, because we've done some things outside of Missouri. But each episode we're gonna have 3 topics, 3 up, 3 down. We're gonna talk about them, and hopefully they won't get too long, but we'll see. So with that being said, we have a lot to get to here in our first episode. So let's jump right into it. First up, we have our last year. So our first year of MO-Wiff. I don't know about you, Adam, but I talked with Commissioner Josh. We both thought we had a huge success in our first year. What did you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was really my first experience in wiffle ball, and I mean, it was a blast. One of probably my favorite summer of my life so far. I mean, it was amazing. So much fun.
Yeah, we've done a lot of me and Josh have done a lot of leagues in the past, but nothing really compared to as a summer long league. Me and Josh both play in SWBL. Hopefully you will be this year too. But as a summer long league, this was kind of the most fun that we've ever had, and just the growth and the amount of people that came up and said something to us. It was just awesome. But first off, I want to thank our sponsors from last year. We had Feather Shark, which we got from you, so thank you. Yep. Which they will be back next year. Yep. UCC STL, they're also coming back next year, so that is awesome. A big longtime family friend of mine. And then we had Winning Streak, which was an awesome sponsor. I think we all really, really love them. We're working on them coming back. They were bought out by another company, so we'll kind of see. Jerseys might have a new look next year, but I think it'll all be relatively similar. And then FGM Logistics for sponsoring our All-Star game. It looks like they may be coming back next year or this year, so hopefully we get that situated and they come back as well. And we are looking for more. So if you guys know anybody, just please reach out to us and we'll see what we can do and have plenty of options for sponsorships. So second, from sponsorship type, it's Catch-22 Miracle Field. That was our home field last year. It's going to be our home field again next year. Adam, what did you think about the field last year?
I think it was an awesome environment. It was really cool having all the kids around, letting them have an opportunity to watch us with the soccer fields and the kids' baseball fields around us, and getting, and then even just having like those nice bleachers, like having the Ding Squad in there and letting them get rowdy for everybody and all the people that got to come watch. I think we were able to create a really cool environment with the Catch-22 field. So I think it was really good.
Yeah, I love having all the fields around us. The parents and the kids coming over and watching. We even got a couple of the kids to come swing in our home run derby, which I thought was really cool. Something we didn't even plan, that we just did right off the top of our head. And then, another huge success last year was our play on the field. We saw a very pitcher dominant league, which, we'll get to later and we'll kind of talk about some changes and stuff, but, the play on the field really did exceed all of our expectations. We really thought it was going to be a struggle at first, for pitchers. That's why we had the 5-2 count rule. But man, pitchers really blew us away. And even the hitters got significantly better towards the end of the season last year.
Sure.
Yourself included. I know me and Josh talked about it. We're like, man, like Adam was never a hitter in high school. And then coming him over, we're like, all right, I might struggle a bit, but man, you really turned some heads at towards the end of the year, and definitely at US too. So congratulations to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anything you want to touch about on the play on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think a testament to how skilled our league really was is, and we'll touch a bit on it later when we talk about UIFs, but when we went to UIFs, the miracle team that went, we kind of expected to just kind of not even compete, and the fact that we were even able to hold our own really is a testament to how skilled MO-Wiff is and how high of a caliber league it is.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree with that. Um, you know, before we get into UIF, so one thing before that, I want to talk about what is your favorite thing or moment or memory from the first season of MO-Wiff?
So I think because this is something I did not expect. One of my favorite things was watching Mark Vogler turn into an all-star. I
Yeah, I
mean,
love that.
this is a guy I drafted. He was my third pick. I mean, I really only knew the first two guys I was drafting with, Brett and BK. And so I really had no idea what I was getting out of him. And he turned into a stud. I mean, probably our best hitter at the plate day in and day out all year. And even turned into a solid pitcher too. So I mean, watching him turn into an all-star was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a big addition next year to,
Wherever he
wherever
ends
we
up,
see
yeah.
he ends up,
Yeah.
many
I'm kind of
people might
mad.
not know that yet, but
Yeah.
he's definitely going to be somebody that's very talked about. I've known Mark for a very, very long time. My very young in my little league career, we started playing together. So I've gotten to know him. Me and him actually, our parents formed our baseball team because me and him both got cut from another team. So
Wow.
small world. And,
Yeah.
I'm glad Mark's back and in the league with us. And I definitely love that. So,
Mhm.
yeah, but personally, my favorite thing, man, there's a lot, I have
Yeah.
from a league standpoint, being, like kind of the co-founder or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, it's just the camaraderie of all the guys and how much everyone kind of bought in. Like that was my favorite thing, was watching everybody. I mean, there was guys, Mark would come even on his days off
Yep.
and watch. I think that was a big thing for our league, and
Mhm.
it really kind of helped, with setup and takedown and just getting to know everybody on that friendship level. So that was, from a league standpoint, my favorite thing personally. The Bombers winning the championship was definitely my favorite thing.
Waiting for that.
I had to throw that in there.
Yeah.
But that was awesome. And, and honestly too, how much recognition from outside the country, from
Mhm.
other leagues that we've gotten was
Yeah.
really awesome as well. So
I do want to throw in on the camaraderie part. Like going into this, I knew you, Josh, and Cole, and that was about it.
yeah,
So I do want to say, anybody who's like on the fence about joining this year, if you happen to watch this or listen to this, um, just dive in, because I mean, this group of guys of this league is awesome. Like I said, I only knew three guys going. I didn't know anybody on my team, um, and it just turned out to be awesome. I mean, guys on your team are going to be great. The league's going to be great. Everybody gets along really well. It's a really great environment. So
yeah, I think a lot of the guys will agree with you there. I mean, I know Jason, the Melonheads captain, has said that multiple times. So it's
yeah,
just been definitely been awesome, and really looking forward to see where it goes from there.
yeah, for sure.
Another thing from last year was our national tournaments. MO-Wiff sent two different teams to two different national tournaments. One was a slow pitch national tournament. There was 80 teams, the hometown cup. We actually finished in the top 32. We got eliminated. If we would have won our game, we would have played the SWBL Pokeballs, which would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But we unfortunately fell short to a really, really good team, a team that's actually won that tournament quite a few times. Adam, you weren't there, but it's myself, Josh, Cole, and Jordan. Doug also went with us, got an at bat, got on base. I think he got a
Nice.
hit. I know he got a hit, but yeah, we had I mean, honestly, going into that tournament, we were not super looking forward to it. Or I wasn't super looking forward to the play aspect, more of just going for fun.
Yeah.
But man, I will tell you, that was one of the most fun tournaments I've played in. As a pitcher, I was running my butt off, but we just had so much fun at that tournament. And, part of it, too, is, we had an Airbnb. So the whole team was staying together, and
Mm-hmm.
I know next year we're looking to maybe send a couple teams. So
Yeah,
hopefully if it fits on your schedule, you can get in and we can get some other guys in. I think it would be a really good opportunity
yeah,
for the league.
for sure.
Slow pitch tournament, you never know. So it's just a lot of fun.
Yep.
Um, but then a tournament you were a part of was United Wiffle. Man, just a fantastic tournament. I
Yeah.
went last year and the past 2 years. This was your first year. What did you think? What was your first impression of UWIFs?
So, like I said, going in, I mean, we really expected to just get stomped. I mean, and that's not to like discredit the talent that's there. Like the talent was incredible. I think the first impression that really blew me away was, so we knew the pitching was good. We knew that we've seen the highlight reels of all the pitching, but the
Yeah.
hitting, like guys can hit.
Oh,
Like even
yes,
those
they can.
dominant pitchers, like they get hit, and it's just like the talent is just a whole nother level, and it's just insane. But it was really cool as a team to really hold our own and really do way better than we ever would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, you did better than than my team did.
Yeah.
What was cool was watching you guys. Especially going in there with that mindset of, hey, we're just here to have fun and try to compete. And I think it kind of took an edge off of you guys and
Sure.
made you play a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
We knew you guys had the pitching. It was just because your hitting come through, and I
Mhm.
think each of you guys had big hits, and
Yeah, absolutely.
just throughout that tournament, it was fun watching you guys. And then, you guys didn't even have to go to the route 2, which you just got to sit there, drink beer,
Yeah.
and watch us.
Thank God, man.
We were in dog fights.
Yeah, absolutely. We were not jealous at that point.
Yeah. So I mean, it was just a very fun tournament. I'm really looking forward to seeing, who MO-Wiff sends next year for our team. We're also going to add another national tournament next year with NWLA. So it'll be interesting to see who we send for that team as well.
Yeah.
I think we have eight spots that we can send guys. So it'll definitely be fun. More exposure for our guys and to get out there and show everybody that, MO-Wiff has some guys that can really play.
Yep, absolutely.
And speaking of guys that can play, we had, quite a few Wiffy awards
Lots.
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll start off with our all national team. We had our first team, or all national pitching team. First team was myself, Josh Rogers, and Sam Skibby. That was, huge for our league. And then Brett from your team and Jordan were second team all pitching. That just shows you, like, we had 5 guys just on the all national pitching team. And for our first year, that's really big. And one thing that I think is a little bit bigger than that is the all hitting team. A little bit harder to come by, especially with how dominant our pitching was. But Cole Layton, first team all hitting, that's a very, very
in MO-Wiff with that his
yeah.
pitcher dominated. It's insane.
Very impressive for Cole. We all knew he was going to be good going in. Sam was second team, and then myself and Jackson Crosley were third team. So 4 guys in the hitting category is pretty awesome too for how dominant our pitching was.
Yep.
And then 2, with how dominant our pitching was, there wasn't a lot of fielding, but when there was, man, there were some great plays.
Yep.
First team all fielding was, of course, Chris Metter, and BK from your team. He did get a lot of action in the field.
For sure. And
then
man, he's insane. Like Chris and BK, like the plays they make will just blow you away.
Yeah, they're both, I mean, multiple time, Gold Glove winning, in SWBL, but now, showing that in MO-Wiff too.
Yep.
And then a guy that surprised a lot of people, surprised me, but man, did really great, and especially in the outfield was Logan Trotter. Man, I think he actually he might finish second or third in our
second, I think so.
Yeah, in our Gold Glove, but second team all fielding for him, and then myself, Cole, and Colin, third team all fielding. So just for the all national teams, like, to have that many guys represented was just really cool for our league, and
very cool.
A good accomplishment for our guys to see that they're getting recognized for their play.
Yep.
So to the big awards, the first thing I want to talk about is Josh Rogers being a finalist for Commissioner of the Year, a very, very tough category. And just to be nominated for that award shows you how much that other people are noticing the work that Josh put in. You know, I help, you help. You know, we have a lot of help from around the league, but Josh really does majority of the work himself. The planning, the, you know, dealing with the sponsors, the field, the setup, you know, a lot of this.
I was gonna say, even just taking that leap of faith of just starting this thing. I mean, it's not something easy to do at all.
Exactly. So, you know, to be a first year commissioner and to be up for commissioner of the year is just a props to Josh to show all that hard work really paying off. You know, it's exciting to see, you know, where he can go from here and what we can do. And, you know, we're getting better. I feel like we've already made a lot of decisions, and we'll talk about that coming up. But I think that's going to be a really cool thing to see where Josh kind of goes from here.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we mentioned it, Chris Metter, you know, one of the best fielders in the country. He was the West Region Fielder of the Year. So congrats, Chris. Sam Skibby was a West Region finalist for Player of the Year. So Sam was our MVP, had a great season on the mound and a great season at the plate too. I mean, he hit more home runs than anyone in the league, and they weren't just home runs; they were clutch home runs. A lot of his home runs came when they needed them, and I think that's really what sealed his MVP season and just made it that much of a.
And on top of that, led the nation in strikeouts.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So
both sides of the plate.
Great year for Sam. The Mambas were the national logo of the year, and you know, when Cole drew this logo, he was living at my house here still, and he showed me, and I was like, dude, I didn't even know you could draw. And, and he showed me this, you know, this little prototype that he kind of drew up of what he kind of wanted it to look like. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. And then as soon as we got the design back, I was like, that's the national logo of the year right there. Like, I knew it in that moment, and it's just cool to see that other people thought so as well, because it is really just a great logo.
I remember talking at the little tryout we had. Sam brought up the question of which team do you want to get drafted by based on logo alone, and the unanimous decision was the Mambas.
Yep, absolutely, and well deserved too. So, and then our last Wiffy Award, you know, myself was named National Pitcher of the Year. We won't harp on it too much, but you know, it is just a cool award to win, and just shows like that, you know, it is cool that, you know, we have these kind of awards in our league and we're able to get recognized for all the hard work that we put in.
Absolutely. And that's not something that should go unnoticed. Like, you deserve the recognition. Absolutely. I mean, you completely dominated our league on the mound, so completely deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. I will appreciate it. So, all right. So we're going to head on to our next topic here. So our second topic is going to be big changes. So a lot of big things happening, a lot of changes here next year in MO-Wiff, or this year, I guess. First off, we'll start off with your team, Adam. The Dingers are no more, and we now have the Pilots. Talk about how you came up with that name and, you know, what you see going forward. Yeah.
So even you introduced me at the beginning of the podcast as a captain of the Pilots. Even sound a little bit weird. But yeah. So coming into the league, I kind of inherited the Dingers logo and name, and didn't really get a chance to kind of stamp my own feel and personality on the team. So Josh and you gave me that opportunity. So and I was just kind of brainstorming, looking through some like minor league logos and team names, and I just got to thinking, I was like, you know, Brett has this Top Gun, and I would love to inspire the team with the Top Gun. So that's kind of where the inspiration came from. And then so I just found the Pilots name and then got a like Top Gun inspired logo out of it. So
I love that. You know, it's something I didn't even think about either. That didn't even register with me, that, you know, kind of going off that pitch. That is a really cool way to bring in your team name there. And, you know, I think the big question too is the Ding Squad, what is their name going to be? Yeah,
you know, we've been talking about that. Their Twitter name right now is still fan club name under construction or something like that.
All right, I love that. You know, maybe we can get like they can come up with like 3 or 4 names and we put a poll out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we should.
I love that. So along with the Dingers, we are adding 2 teams. You know, with as much success we had in our first year, we are bringing on 2 new teams so we can bring some more players into our league. At least, so we'll have 10 new roster or available spots for players, so 10 new players at least. And those 2 teams are going to be the Archers, led by Jordan Smith from the Empire last year. He had a great season, so we kind of gave him. He was interested and really, really invested in the league, so he was an easy choice for us to add as the captain for the new team. Josh wasn't too happy losing his, his number 2 pitcher, but or really 1A, 1B. But he's going to be a great captain. I'm looking forward to see, kind of what his team looks like and what he's going to build off of. And then, me losing Andrew Nichols as he is now the captain of the Thunderbirds. And I'm really excited. I love both of these logos. The Thunderbirds logo really sticks out for me. Just kind of as like, former Marine, and it kind of incorporated a little bit of like that feel to it. I thought it was really cool, but really excited to see these two, these two new teams and see what kind of new players we can get. And speaking of new players, we're going to add, like I said, 10 new players, possibly even more. Cause I think there's 1 or 2, maybe 3 people not going to come back, not because they don't want to, but, it just kind of didn't work out schedule wise. And, some of us are getting older. We have kids. So no, we're going to have at least 10 new players, but it's looking like 12, maybe 13. So we'll kind of see. And, and then the big thing too, talking about big changes, is the new team rosters. And I think this is going to be big, and we'll talk about this definitely more in our next episode. But just to give everyone a kind of heads up that doesn't know, is all of our teams are almost all disbanding, as adding 2 new teams and coming off our first year. This is not like a perfect time to do this. And each team from last year has the option to keep a player from last year, and we will then redraft the entire rest of the league. So everyone who is not kept, each team can only keep 1, but whoever is not kept will go into the draft pool, and we will start the draft all over. And I think this is going to be a good thing for the league. It's going to keep that competitive balance. We kind of know how everyone plays now, and then going forward, those will be the teams. And then you can draft, you can draft new guys, but you can sign guys long-term. So this will be the staple for MO-Wiff for years to come. There's not going to be another redraft after this. Like, this is it. And this will be, MO-Wiff going forward.
Yeah. And I want the guys that are currently in the league to know that, like, this was not an easy decision for the captains. This was probably the topic we talked about the most at our winter meetings. And it's just like, it was really hard. But I think the driving factor was keeping the competitive edge and just keeping an overall even playing field. Because if we redraft the whole league, the teams are going to be more evenly balanced. We're going to have more competitive games.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, and it wouldn't be surprising too to see a lot of guys in the same jerseys, but a lot of guys, maybe want to play with a different team or different guys to get to know more guys in the league. We talk about that camaraderie. So it could really just depend. And it's really going to be interesting to see you going forward. But I think no matter which way you look at it, it's going to be good, and we're going to have fun with it. And the product in the field is going to show how well it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Another big change, and probably, well, I guess this isn't the biggest change because the rosters will be, but the rule changes that we are going to place next year. We had a lot of talks last year. Going into this, we didn't know, like, we went basic on the rules, and we were like, all right, let's see what happens. And then if we need to make changes, we can. And, especially now having 8 guys as captains, and for us all talked about it. And all of these rule changes were unanimously voted on. And I don't think anyone opposed to them at all. Maybe voted another way once or twice, but majority spoke, and that's kind of what we went with. Our first thing, we are going to add a strike. So 5-3 will be the new count instead of 5-2. We saw a lot of strikeouts, a lot of pitcher heavy, and we want to get more action at the plate. I think it'll be more fun for, a lot of the hitters, and I think it'll be really cool for our YouTube as well. It'll be fun to just to watch more of the hitting.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that UF as the MO-Wiff Miracle team there that we noticed was like having 3 strikes was so confidence inspiring at the plate. Like you felt like you had a lifetime to work a count. So I think guys that were in the league last year coming in next year, I mean, they're going to be even more confident at the plate.
Yeah, and with that too, we did see a lot of walks last year, but at UFs, we did have our some of our top pitchers there, but we didn't really see a big change in walks versus strikeouts or getting guys out. Like it really didn't make too much of a difference. But if we do get a walk next year, we are implying you can take the walk if you want it, or you can choose to take a medium pitch at bat. So you only get 1 strike, whether you swing or you don't swing. If you get a strike, you're out. Foul balls, you can foul off as many as you want. But it is a competitive medium pitch. We haven't set the speed limit yet. We will. We do have the radar gun this year, so that would be awesome to imply. But it'll be a little more fun. You're going to see a lot more hitting. We saw it in our All-Star game. We kind of play with it and see if it would work, and we really, really had fun with it. So I think that's going to be really fun to see going forward. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something you love as a hitter, and I think it's something you don't necessarily hate as a pitcher, even because I mean, if you walk somebody, you still have a chance to get them out. I mean, batters are they're going to get themselves out. I mean, it's going to happen. Guys are going to overswing on these medium pitches, and guys are going to get themselves out almost as much as they're going to hit home runs. I think so. I think it's going to be really good for the league. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think our defense will play a little bit more into it as well. And with that too, if people are worried about, oh man, like it's gonna be a home run every time that, whatever, it's really not. You can check our All-Star game out. We did hit a couple home runs, but we weren't necessarily trying as hard. But also, if it does get to be a problem, there is a 7-run limit per inning now. We didn't have that last year, and there was a couple innings that went really, really long, especially with walks. But I think that's going to kind of balance out this year.
Yeah, I agree, especially with the new walk rule. But it was something we missed in the meetings last year when we were creating all the rules. I think it should have been implemented last year, but it's just something we missed, and we're gonna have this year.
Yep, absolutely. And probably one of my favorite rules is no more ties.
Yeah, I agree.
that was a big one. It really sucked. You see a game 0-0 and in a tie. Like no one likes to see that. It sucked putting that out on Twitter. To see like, oh, this is Wiffle Ball baseball style. You don't want to see a 0-0 game. So if there is a tie, we will have 1 inning of bases loaded, just like last year. So the same. If there's not a winner after that 1 inning, which we saw quite a few times, which could change now with that lob pitch, or not necessarily a lob pitch, but a medium pitch. If there's no winner, we're going to do a home run derby in an NHL shootout style. What are your thoughts on the home run derby?
I'm really excited for this because, I mean, like you said, everybody hates ties, and then everybody loves home run derbies. It's a win-win. It's a perfect balance, and I think it's going to be a great way to get those winners balanced out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting too, and for those of you who don't know the NHL style shootout, well, it's a little bit different. You're not going to get 3 guys and, who gets the most out of 3. It'll be 1. So if it's my team versus your team and we tie, I'll get a chance to hit a home run. And then if I hit a home run, you get a chance. And if you don't, my team wins. If I don't hit one and you hit one, then you win. If we both hit one or we both don't hit one, it goes to the next guy on our team, and we will do that until we get a winner. And if that does happen, when a tiebreaker is needed, the losing team will still get 1 point. So we're going to go, another big change is, per win, you're going to get 2 points in the standings. And then that tiebreaker will get you 1 point. So that'll just kind of clear up these standings, so you're not going to see guys, get I don't know what the word I'm looking for is here. You're not going to get docked for losing a game on a home run derby. Like no one wants to see that, especially because, you played a great game. You didn't really deserve, to get nothing. So, we kind of talked about it and thought that was the best option.
Yeah, you don't play 7 innings to lose on a home run derby and then get no points in the standings. So
yeah,
it's just
exactly. So especially when you're not letting the guys on base, you're not you're not in control of that situation. That's kind of what drove us to make that decision. All right, and our last topic of the day, our third topic, is what's next for MO-Wiff. Our registration is fastly approaching the end. Our date is going to be February 7th. I think we marked that, or we put that out yesterday on social media. This episode probably not going to come out for a couple of days, so it'll be a couple days. But February 7th is is when our registration will close. We are nearing 40 guys. We are allowing more than 40 guys to register. And then, depending on what happens with the draft, we'll kind of see, which that was a tough thing to determine too. But, as a competitive league, some guys won't get drafted. That's just kind of how it goes. Major League Baseball does it. And, we'll see that here, as much as we'd love for everyone to be a part of the league, we can only have 40 guys.
Yeah. And we're not the only Wiffle Ball League doing that either. I mean, we just want to keep it competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't, and if you're interested, or if you know people that are interested, especially, guys in the league, if you're listening to this and you know other guys that you used to play baseball with, or do you think would be a good fit for the league, please let them know and tell them to sign up. Cause we want the best players that we can get, and, it's a lot of fun.
Yep, absolutely. We can attest.
Exactly. Shortly after registration ends, the captains will declare one of their keepers from last year if they are keeping anyone. I'm assuming you're going to keep Brett. Yeah. You kind of picked your team name around it.
Yeah, exactly. Not real secretive about that.
A lot of the teams, kind of have their guys already set. So it's not going to be, a real shocker to anybody. But it'll be just interesting, just to have that deadline, and it'll be interesting to see, and then to see what goes from there.
Yeah.
And then after that, we will have our a spring training / tryout. Hopefully we can have more than one, just in case other people can't make it. We did have a couple last year before the draft. Right now we're looking at February 26th. We haven't even brought that up. That's just kind of our idea around that time frame. We kind of want to get together, get with everyone, just see kind of, one, it'll be fun just to get with everybody that played last year, but two, to get a good look at, some of the players for next year.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that, because last year I went through the tryouts as a player, and then didn't know until after that I was going to be a captain. So yeah, it'll be fun to kind of get some more evaluation done rather than participating.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's fun to get to know the guys too. You get to know their personality, to kind of see how they fit in. That'll be fun. And then our big thing is the draft. We're still working on a date. We got to find a date that works with all 8 of us captains, which is tough. But, I'm sure I think me and Josh have talked about it. We have 3 dates kind of in mind that hopefully kind of can work with everybody. So, the option of March 13th is on the table right now. We sent that to the group yesterday to kind of see if that would work. Still waiting to hear back from a couple of guys, but, we'll see. Hopefully we can get something done soon, and hopefully we can find a place to hold our draft, and maybe have a couple of the players, or as many players that want to come attend and hang out, have a good time, and, maybe see what team they get drafted by.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. Have some guys in attendance.
Yeah, I think that'll be really fun. Just something different that we can do. We're looking to really just expand next year and kind of blow up and do all these fun things, and just to see where this league can take us. I think it's going to be a good thing for us.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that was 3 up and 3 down, and pretty easy day. What did you say for our first episode?
Yeah, not too shabby. Pretty happy how it went.
I thought it was going to take a little bit longer, but we kind of rolled right through. We didn't want to make these episodes too long. We do plan on, another episode probably in February, once we have the draft set, and we'll talk. I think mainly my goal next month is to really talk about the draft. We'll dive deep into it. Maybe we can talk about some players. And then, we can talk about some other things here and there that, that our league has been involved with and we have planned coming up for the year. But I really, I want to thank you, Adam, for sitting in with me and, and really committing to doing this long term with me. I think it's going to be fun for me and you. I think it's going to be fun for our fans too.
Yeah, I love this league. I want to be involved as much as I can. So I'm always willing to sit down and talk football with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And last thing that we want to do here, we do want to plug some of our stuff. We have big things coming out. Jason does a great job with our YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, please do go subscribe, all of our videos.
Great stuff over there.
Yeah, he does a lot of great editing with our videos. If you haven't seen our All-Star game yet, please watch it. It is phenomenal. He did a great job. You can really see how much fun we're having. There wasn't as much commentary as we normally have. It got kind of late in the season and it was just kind of a busy time. I think, next year we're really going to take everything we've learned and add it onto all of our, videos and editing. And it's just going to be really cool. But Jason does a good job with our YouTube. So please go check it out. Adam, you have done some good stuff in the past. We've kind of been quiet on the TikTok lately, but I think that's one big thing that we want to get into next year.
Pick that back up. Yep.
Yeah. So if you haven't, go check out our TikTok. We'll definitely be, once the season starts more, we'll definitely be picking up on the TikTok, and then, go check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Each of our teams actually have a Twitter page, so go give them a follow as well. Yep. Any kind of follows, likes, retweets, shares, we really appreciate. But go check out all of our stuff on all social media platforms. And, we just want to say a big thank you to all of our players, all of our fans, sponsors, everyone who is involved with MO-Wiff. We can't say thank you enough. And Adam, any last words before we sign off here this week?
No, just looking forward to future episodes. I think it's gonna be a blast. Can't wait for next season. Can't come fast enough.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here. I got a wiffle ball in my hand right now, and got everything ready. So, I'm itching to get back out there, and I know everybody else is as well. That's kind of why I wanted to do this, just to kind of pass some time until the season comes, and even continue while the season's here.
Yep.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us here at 3 Up, 3 Down on the MO-Wiff podcast. We will see you guys next time.
Yep. See you guys.